Let's see if he actually kind of watches this, because he said he might actually do it. So
watching while he works.
I know, right?
Right, being a slacker. And I want to welcome everybody to Crashing Game Night. My name is Matt Diorio, the ultimate beanied one, your host, as always. Tonight, we are sans Gerard Barrera. He's off being a slacker and working. That's okay.
Do work. You do work.
Because, as he would say, what up, my nerds?
What's going on, nerds?
What's going on,
nerds?
And then we were
I feel like both of those were equally surfer dude enough to be Jerry.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the beanied one number 2.
No,
face one, Theowalski.
I refuse to be number 2. I am beanied one prime.
But I'm ultimate.
The beanie baby?
Okay.
I don't care. I'm prime.
The beanie baby?
Oh, there we go. The beanie baby face one.
No,
the beanie baby.
You
and
suck.
then last, the maitre d' services, the man with the couch, the man, the myth, the legend.
Oogie boogie
Our
beanie.
version of Beanie Ultra Magnus, Jason Belidio.
How's it going,
like Oogie
guys?
Boogie
How's
beanie.
it going? I was hoping that Matt was going to see the bean bag, you know? Couch
Bean
bean
bag.
bag. Come on, man. We had it. But how y'all doing tonight? You know,
No, like Oogie boogie beanie. So that way you can try to say that 5 times fast.
Oogie boogie beanie.
No way I can. No way I can. But you know, we are tipping our beanies off to Jerry.
Yeah,
you know,
I can
Sans
only.
Jerry.
It's hot
Just-
in here. I'm not wearing
just
mine. I
because
can't.
you know, like we wanted to make fun of him some way somehow.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
it's how we roll.
Yes.
well,
You know,
I'll leave it
you
on.
don't show
I'll leave
up.
it on. We'll see.
Most of us have like a normal internal temperature where we're not like
Yes,
cold
thank you.
all the
Yeah,
time.
I know, right? I'm kind of like, I'm gonna see how long I can last with this.
Ooh,
Let's see.
all right.
That's
It's the
what she
beanie
said.
challenge.
Yeah, the beanie challenge.
So how you fellas doing?
Bro, it's only Tuesday with respects to work. It's good that it's Tuesday because I'm talking to you fellas, but it's only Tuesday with
It's only
respects
Tuesday
to
for work, yeah,
Right.
right?
It's been all right.
Uh,
It's been rough. It's been
Dude,
crazy.
I had a fire off end of month today.
Oh, we haven't started in a month yet. Well, luckily, I will be out of town during our end of month reporting.
Yes.
I will
How'd
be
you
in
pull that
Florida.
one off?
I'll be in Florida.
Yeah,
Only Florida.
only Florida. Hey, I can actually walk, so that's okay.
I thought you'd done something to your knee again, but
No, that or my back. That'd be great. At least it'd be an excuse instead of I lost a fight with a Peloton.
I mean, I still feel like that's better than when I hurt my back by sitting down. So I think stupidity injuries. I think I still win there.
What's going on, guys? Come on.
Bro,
I'm old.
I'm freaking old.
You're still a,
I'm the one
you
with
know.
the physically demanding job, and I'm like, and you guys are like, oh man, my back.
Yeah, but you're like fit now, so you're more
okay.
healthy
But
than
here's
us.
the thing: is though, I straight up kicked a Peloton. So, you know, but
That Peloton shouldn't have talked back.
I know, right? Peloton,
Right.
man. They
Tell that Peloton
it's
who's
mean.
boss.
Yeah, it's a mean. It's a
it
mean
showed
bike.
me who's
It's
boss.
a mean bike.
But no, to your point, it's only Tuesday. It's like, good Lord, it's gonna be a busy week. But
Yeah. It's the start of the month. That's why, you know, it's the start of the month.
But let's get to some news because we got a lot to talk about. You know, especially
Actually, really
Since
quick, I
it's-
have an announcement to make
Uh-oh.
from this previous
Ooh.
weekend.
whoa,
I scored my highest bowling game during league ever. I bowled a
You broke
258.
100.
Yes, sir.
Shut up. No, 258, sir.
Yes.
Without
very
a handicap.
nice. Very nice.
with
sir.
bumpers
Maybe.
Dude,
and the little kitty slide.
maybe.
playing with those bumpers, man. Sometimes it's harder.
Right?
Like
Can't always predict it.
once you start getting the hang of it, playing with bumpers is actually not as easy as
Yes.
it seems.
But then there's the little kitty slide, you know, where it's just like you push the ball down.
Oh yeah.
That's what Theo uses. Little
right.
kitty slide.
Oh, heck
With a
yeah.
15-pound ball.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Move a decimal point
Always,
one to
always
the
the
left.
same. Always the same. Always the same.
Exactly. It's
Oh.
consistency. As soon as you find
Consistent.
that strike,
Yep.
I mean, rolling down the
Yeah.
rails, that makes you consistent, man.
Consistent. No variables right there.
Now, did you on that 258? Were there any misses, or did you at least have one pin?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
So like you
Like-
roll your first ball. Did
Like
you have any misses?
opens?
Oh, like
Yeah, do you have any
he
opens?
had a mark all the way through.
So it went.
Not necessarily.
No, you
So-
have to. Well,
Of course, I
Yeah.
have this etched into my mind. It was strike, 4 and 3. So an open there.
so there was an open. What?
There was an open.
Wow.
7 strikes in a row.
This man.
Then 9 spare strike.
like a boss. 7
Yeah,
in
yeah.
a row.
Yeah, yeah.
Got that 6-pack. Got that. I don't even know what the 7 one is called, but
I don't know.
I've only ever heard that it's all baggers, 4 bagger, 5 bagger, 6 bagger.
there's what is it? There's the turkey is just 3.
Yep.
Yep.
Then there's
I don't remember. It's
4
been so long
bagger.
since I've actually
there's
competitively bowled.
5, and then you get the 6-pack. And that's when
Yeah.
everybody's supposed to buy you a drink,
I did
Supposed
end up
to.
learning that there is a term if you get 3 spares in a row.
There is.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
So I jokingly earlier in the season, just to be nice to my mom because she doesn't get strikes. So I told her once she got 3 spares in a row, you call it a sparrow. But apparently that's actually true. You can either interchange sparrow or chicken.
Jeez.
All
right.
Good old rotisserie chicken.
Please, none
Costco
of that. Please,
rotisserie
please,
chicken.
please,
You know
please,
what?
Please,
We
sir.
actually-
Let
we did-
PTSD when you say that.
We did
Please.
shake and bake chicken tonight.
Please.
delicious.
Shake and bake.
My
Shake and bake.
my
Shake
my
and bake.
location goes through way too many chickens, and I have to account for a lot.
Okay,
of it.
so real quick, are we sure they're chickens?
to my knowledge, they are labeled as rotisserie chicken. So,
Yes, but are they chickens? Like
sir,
I've always looked at it like
I don't
when,
know.
We
They are
you
labeled
get all
as
those
chickens.
eggs
I will
out
believe
there.
that
It's
they are
like,
chickens.
are they really chickens, or is this just like
They-
maybe
they
chicken?
are labeled as chickens. They are chickens. So
Now
Okay.
you have me thinking back about an episode of Eureka where there is an episode that they actually grow chicken parts so that way they don't have to raise the chickens.
Yeah. So
okay.
speaking of Hollywood and TV and movies,
Okay. That was an interesting transition.
That was
I'll
a
applaud
reach,
you for
Tim.
that.
It was a reach.
That was
I
a
like it.
reach, but it's still there.
I like
hey,
it.
it's still there.
I'll take it. We'll
Anyways,
take it.
Her Royal Highness Carrie Fisher, may
Yes.
she rest in peace, is finally getting a Walk of Fame star.
Yeah. Well
It will be located near the El Capitan Theater, which is fitting,
El Capitan.
and it will be taking place on Thursday, May the 4th.
Be with her.
which
Yeah,
is the
it
Star
would
Wars
not
holiday.
be- would not be any other day. Like I would
Yeah.
not have it any other way, honestly.
She is the 2,754th star,
2,000.
Oh.
which, yeah,
754th.
like we've been there, and I can't picture that many stars.
Mm-mm.
It was sad though, kind of when we were there, Theo, you and me and
Mhm.
Scott, and just walking out and onto the Walk of Fame when we were up there, and just coming across Robin Williams' star, like right there,
Yeah.
right around the anniversary of his passing. It was like, oh. But no, it's about time she gets a star. She deserves it. She was a screenwriter, actress. We all know her for Princess Leia, but she was also in Blues Brothers, and she wrote Postcards from the Edge.
She was in Family
Fanboys.
Guy. She was in
Yeah.
Family Guy.
Who hasn't been on Family Guy at this point?
Still.
I'm sure she was on Simpsons too, I bet.
Probably. I mean, she's got a long and storied career.
Oh man. So Carrie's getting the honor of May the 4th. Even Harrison Ford doesn't have his on May the 4th. His is May
Nope.
30th.
Yep.
But he's done other stuff though, you know, like he's
Yeah.
been indie. He's indie too, you know.
Mhm.
But Indy doesn't have a date associated with him.
No, well, yeah, that's true. So yes, to your point, she was on actually 25 episodes of Family Guy.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, as the
Yep.
the boss, as Peter's boss.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Angela. Oh yeah, I forgot she was on Big Bang Theory at one point. Of course, she did the Robot Chicken Star Wars episodes.
Of course.
Yeah. So I mean
That's
that's
needed.
great. That's great that, you know, she's
Oh, I
being
forgot she was on
recognized.
Smallville.
Never watched
Who was
it.
she in Smallville?
It was one episode as Pauline Kahn.
Oh, so she was a
One off.
oh,
Yeah.
but she was part of House of L, right?
No, Pauline Kahn.
No, Con. Is it Khan?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's still she's super. I think.
Let's find out. Pauline Kahn was the editor-in-chief of the Daily Planet.
Damn it! Not even close.
She was, when she was an actual reporter, she was partnered with Perry White.
Okay.
But going back, let's see here. Of course, she was the nun in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. I mean, who could forget do you follow the good book? When they're hitchhiking. But she's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
It's
And
only
she
fitting
really
that
getting honored with this May the 4th. Even Mark Hamill's not on May the 4th either.
No.
Mark Hamill was March 9th.
Wow.
That's interesting though. No, I felt like it would have been a fitting.
Right?
Let's have them all on May the 4th. So now speaking of writers, writer strike happened at midnight.
Writer strike.
Again.
Writer strike.
Yeah. Last one was started in 07 and ended in 08 and lasted 100 days.
Oh wow. Okay.
And then there was
Exactly
another
100
strike that
days?
happened in 100
Exactly.
days. So
Wow.
3 months, a little over 3 months. This
During the
one
holiday season too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. And with that specific strike, for a lot of people that don't know that, I mean, when we look back, right, Heroes had like half its season completely wiped out.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, go back. So if you go look at
Which season?
one of the seasons was shorter. I gotta go look at that, but you can tell that the
I'm pretty
writer
sure the
strike completely
shortest one was season 3.
that
It's either that or the remake, the season 4.
No, it wasn't season 4 was actually legit. It was it's where they finished it off.
So it had to be season 3 then.
Yes, I think so. But also too is we can thank the writer strike for having to get stuck with Celebrity Apprentice.
No.
Because being all the writers were on strike, they basically started to go with reality television.
At least give me some better reality television. Like I'd rather like Netflix is Too Hot to Handle. Like they're stupid, but they're good to look at.
That's just funny.
Please, Theo,
don't need
you
this.
really watch that? Did you watch that?
I watched the first season, but then like tried the second season. And it was just like, you guys are so stupid. You still fall for going on to this celebrity or this reality show where it's just going to be all hot people and you're going to have so much sex and whatever. No, that's not going to happen on a reality show where you just get laid every day.
Okay,
no,
so
it's a vow of abstinence.
Let's see here. I'm pulling up.
For sure.
Trying to pull up Heroes right now.
It's just all clout. Hey, check me out. Yeah, I was on Netflix, man.
Come on, finish loading. 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, I got to find which season it was, but it was cut short by the writer's strike. Anyways,
Okay.
so where we're already seeing impacts, right, is the fact is all the talk shows have gone on strike now. Like as of Monday, they were done. Like, so no Fallon, no Late Show with Colbert, any of those are all done. Until
What are
this
they
is
putting
over
in there
with.
in place of it?
They're gonna do reruns. It's what they
about
did
James
last time.
Corden?
Yes.
He's gone. Like the other, what was it last
He's
week?
done?
Yeah, he's done. Like he finished.
Okay.
They haven't even announced who his replacement is that I know of. But yeah, he's donezo. He kind of said farewell, goodbye last week.
He wasn't that good.
No, he wasn't.
No.
Now the mic battles though.
But I'm also I liked some of his skits, but I still think Jimmy Kimmel is overhyped. I do not like Kimmel at all. And Kimmel, I hope you're listening.
Really?
I do not like any of your stuff. I do not think you're funny. I'd prefer Fallon over Kimmel.
What was it? There was that show he used to be on.
Who?
Man
Kimmel?
Show.
No, with Adam Carolla.
Yeah,
Like
The Man
way,
Show.
way back. Yeah, was it the Man Show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember the Man
Yeah.
Show.
You don't remember the Man Show?
It with Dr.
No.
Drew. But anyway, so this is really going to impact things because with these shows shut down, that means those like the crew members aren't getting paid.
Yeah.
So like last time Leno ended up going back on and he paid for his staff to be back on. But
that's good.
so when you look at it though, this has been brought on by streaming, a lot of it. We know everything's moving from, more from a broadcast perspective over to streaming services, kind of like, we look at Picard on Paramount Plus, you've got Criminal Minds instead of being
But you
on.
can watch all the talk shows on streaming too. Like it's all on Hulu.
But what I'm talking about is like TV shows, right? A lot of those are being shifted from broadcast television over to their streaming services. So like Criminal Minds and stuff like that. All the talk shows, they're still on the daily talk shows. And, now they're not in production because of the writer's strike. But what I didn't know was that showrunners for like streaming service shows are making 46% of what broadcast series showrunners are making.
Really?
Yeah. And part of it has to do is if you actually go look at it, right? The shows that are on streaming services are shorter. They average roughly about that 10 episode-ish mark. Look at HBO with Last of Us, Picard, even Criminal Minds.
I'm still putting blame on that to Netflix. I think Netflix started that trend that it's only 10 episodes for a season.
Regardless of who started it, they're all pretty much doing it. Whereas a normal TV show on broadcast TV was like
24 episodes.
24 episodes.
And to answer your question, it was season 2 for Heroes because they only had 11 episodes in season 2.
There you go. Season 2 was the one that got hit. And then after that, it was terrible because you had to try. Season 3 was trying to play catch up. It was everything that was supposed to happen in 2 and 3.
The last episode aired during the strike because it was December 3rd of 2007.
Yep. And then they canceled it for the rest of the season because they had nobody to write episodes. So, but anyway, so what they've been saying is that they're getting lower pay as by the 46%, right? There's less opportunities for residuals because they're on streaming services. They're not going into syndication, which is where everybody makes their, all the actors and everything make all their money from the shows being rerun on everything. And like we talked about is most broadcast seasons were 20 plus. Most averaged that 24 mark, which was the kind of running joke, I guess, for 24 back in, with Keith Sutherland, where it was granted, yes, it was one episode, it was 1 hour of a day, but it was still 24 episodes. So with all they're asking for really is higher pay. They want viewership-based streaming residuals, which I think is when you're coming from a streaming perspective, I think so. From a viewership perspective, that's the only way.
I feel like that shouldn't be limited to writers, though.
Well, you know what? Actors will have their contract come up, and they'll have negotiations as well from the the Actors Guild with the alliance of motion picture and television. They want minimum staffing guaranteed numbers for consecutive weeks of work, because when you look at the normal broadcast shows, those were, weekly episodes, and they're shot and released a couple weeks, and all of that, instead of being shot and then, or written and then shot and produced in a couple of weeks, and all those episodes then come out, weekly, with streaming. So those are the big points. And like the Motion Picture Alliance was basically viewership based streaming residuals. Nope. Sorry. We're not going to kind of go off of that. We're going to maybe give you a little bit of extra of the pie on residuals, but not viewership. And then they basically said the minimum staffing guaranteed numbers is a sticking point for them too. Now, let's look at who makes up that alliance. Discovery Warner, NBC Universal, Paramount, Sony, Netflix, Amazon, Apple, and Disney. So look at how many of those have successful shows on their platforms.
True.
Where would they be without the writers?
True.
And look at how many of those CEOs are making an absolute grip ton of cash.
At the same time, I'm kind of curious, especially with most of those shows. I feel like the directors are also the writers in majority of those shows.
Not all of them.
Especially, but I feel like a good majority. I'll have to check, but I mean, I feel like a good majority of them were not having dedicated writers, and I feel like that kind of throws a thing into why.
Well, and that's what
things aren't getting paid at, and it's kind of screwing other writers over.
And I was reading an article on CBS News about this, and they were basically calling it a gig economy within a unionized workforce.
I don't understand that.
So basically, meaning is you're doing freelance gigs, even though you're supposed to be getting union pay and stuff. You're having to do these little tiny gigs here and there to make your pay. So it's like, think of it with like with John and Austin and all them, right? Like John goes and does the redubs and stuff, just as little gigs in between doing his actual voice acting and acting roles. So it's the same type of thing. Like they need to get work.
He doesn't get the same backup of being union gig, because
it still has to be union gig because of it being an actor, but the pay is not comparable to a Final Fantasy VII, right? Ultimately, like I look at all those companies that are involved, and we look at just in general, right, at how much CEO pay is way up. Wall Street is demanding more profit out of these companies, and they're doing whatever they can to squeeze that money out. Like, dude, just pay the writers, give them their raises, and let's do it, because we know those shows are making money.
Oh yeah.
Like Mandalorian's making money.
Oh yeah.
Not all the Marvel shows maybe, but
like,
but they're all making money.
They're all making money.
Especially
the companies that you just said, like, dude, like which company is not in the B or billion or trillion space,
Maybe Discovery Warner, because they've been going through a lot of like cost reductions and trimming of the fat that
so
Warner had,
like
but
one of them like barely hit, like, but you're working with literally $1 trillion companies, like
yeah.
And it's unreal. It is what it is, like the rich get richer, the poor get poorer, kind of deal. And it's and people are wondering why, like this whole, like everyone's like, oh my god, the economy is like turning over, the economy is this. It's like, dude, this is why. Well, like, we have people that are wanting to work, that are willing to work, that do the work. They're just not getting paid. And if everything goes up in price, like, well,
I think when you look at it from a economics perspective, like we have these companies that are like saying, hey, we're making record profits, but we're still raising prices. But I think to your point though, Jason, like you said, is like like looking at the recession and stuff is we're 3 weeks away, a little over 3 weeks away from if nothing's passed here in Congress, the US is going to default on its bills.
Yep.
For the first time in its history. If that happens, this writer strike is gonna look like child's play.
Yeah.
But
this is the least of the worries, honestly.
This is the least of our worries. But I think it's funny is like I've been going back through Star Trek The Next Generation from the original, like episode 1, back in the 80s when it was super campy, right? But I just got done watching an episode where they picked up these couple of people that were frozen and they thawed them out, and they were basically from 300 years prior, and they were talking about television and stuff. And it was brought up. They're like, yeah, that form of television didn't last past 2040. And now we're having a writer's strike and everything. I'm like, dude, that episode, like
they
17
years away.
17 years away from that, and I could see it.
Isn't the Oasis right around the corner too? You know, like we're having the
Oasis.
Oasis.
We'll start the Hunger Games.
What was it? Idiocracy.
Yeah.
like we've
Idiot. Yeah.
Like the Crocs were all of a sudden, they blew up, and Idiocracy was right. So I mean, are we leading that way, man?
Possibly.
Idiocracy took place in 2005.
Yeah.
Just man, I don't know, man. Crocs.
I
still laugh at that, man.
Oh my God. Yeah. So, but ultimately, like, I mean, we know people that are writers and stuff like that. And I think ultimately, I think they all deserve to get paid, because it's like, for instance, with the Leewalds, right, is X-Men. I don't know what that residual looks like, but it's only streaming on Disney Plus, or you can buy the episodes. That's it. It's not in syndication or anything like that. So they're not going to get any real residuals off of that. So I think ultimately, just pay them, get everybody back to working, Yeah, you got to figure out your production costs, which some of these shows, right? We see some of these production values and they're ridiculous. Like all the special effects and everything, they're costing a ton of money to make. I mean, it's one of those things that I think that if they can be successful here, then you have the game writers, then hopefully they can unionize and kind of get their fair wages and stuff from everything that they're looking at, with Mary, Kenny, and her co-writers for all these games, right, that are making millions of dollars. They don't make a ton off of that. They made some off the story, but that's it. So ultimately, we'll see what happens. Yep. Over under on it going longer than 100 days.
Let's see, where are we? We're in May.
I would say based off of the asks and with things going like we talked about with streaming and broadcasts and so forth, I'm going to go under. I'm going to go under 100 days.
We're in May, so yeah, June, July, August, maybe September. We're like leaking into September for the 100. I'm going over, actually. Nothing.
So, Theo, why do you think under?
I mainly think under because I think they'll end up caving sooner. Not the writers, but I mean they'll get. But I'm saying they'll get their demands sooner. Because I'm in agreement that I don't feel that they're out of, or that they're reaching too much or asking for too much. And I mean the things within the industry, at least from my understanding, is, as we've been seeing, is evolving, but whereas like production and pay hasn't necessarily been evolving to go to match where the industry's heading. And I think it's time that they really should be evolving at the same pace.
I'm going to go with Jason. I'm going to go over.
Over?
Over. Okay. Figure we got May, June, July, August.
Yeah. May.
Jason, you were thinking September?
Like it's going to trickle into September, but I mean, once I'm thinking that it's actually going to hold off until maybe October.
I'm gonna make this saucy real quick. Winner gets free Knicks next time we're in California.
Okay, I'm on that bet.
Okay.
Okay, I'm on that bet. I'm just saying, it might trickle all the way into October.
I think we'll get back end of August, like middle to back end of August at a minimum. But I think that's going to depend on whether or not we get charges in the state of Georgia and we get federal charges. Reason being is because look at all the money that those night shows like the Tonight Show and all that amount of money that gets brought in from the comedy sketches like SNL, right? It's their bread and butter.
Yeah.
Think about their viewerships and making that amount of money. So you're going to be losing ad revenue, which is more revenue for your network and stuff like that. So I think depending on what happens in the political theater, I think that may determine on if they cave sooner or not. But I think from a streaming perspective, all these shows have already released their entire series by now, or they're getting ready to launch their series, right? Because you look at like Ahsoka, right? That thing's done.
Yeah.
They're done filming it. So why they don't need to worry about the writers for that.
Exactly. That's why nothing major that isn't already done isn't within this year. Everything that's already been filmed, for the most part, somewhat edited. We're already just waiting for it to come out to be released.
Correct.
That's why I'm thinking it's going to go maybe like trickle into September, maybe even October, even because you have nothing big that's going to happen until the holiday season. The summer, everyone's like, oh, like the summertime, like what? Nothing really is going to be coming out like movie or a TV, like writer wise, honestly. And everyone's like, oh yeah, you have kids that are out in the summer and stuff. Yeah, but I mean, the streaming services, there's like, it's a endless sea of whatever you want to find, and like people rewatch certain series that's already been out. Like people still watch Game of Thrones. Some people watch,
which
maybe
we just went back through and did.
Yeah, you might want to rewatch Last of Us. You might want to rewatch Mando.
I'm still on the opposite because to your point, with things being done, they're going to have a huge dry spell in productions, and they're already going to be losing tons of money on those production lots that they have rented out that they have to keep for their next shows and everything. Like they're going to be so stalled, and they're going to be bleeding money while they don't have writers or any ideas or even a hint of what they're going to do next. And I that's why I think it's going to be shorter.
So just to put this in perspective, we were talking about money, right? And how much
remakes, we got TV
like
remakes,
we got the story, we're just retelling it.
Yep.
We're
come on,
material.
Man. Like, everyone wants that retro.
those Marvel writers on strike. Let's just start with Iron Man 1 over again and just go through all the way to Endgame.
They have to work Black Panther in and work everybody in. Like who
throw in 12 years worth of movies.
So real quick,
like they have to was it Kang the Conqueror has got to be redone. So it's like, we got to restart this whole phase over again. Phase 16 has got to restart, bro.
Yep, we got to restart it. Go back and get the Avengers script.
Go back, go get them all
Iron
back. Man. Just like, hey, let's redo this.
So real quick, just to put this in perspective, the last strike cost just the state of California, right? Back in 2007, which a lot of shows weren't really made in Georgia yet.
No, yeah.
As they are like now. Still... but it cost the state of California alone $2.1 billion.
It's actually a little low.
Well, you got to figure it though. That's 2007. Numbers, so. That's 2007 numbers.
Still.
No. That's before like.
Yeah, it's before streaming.
That's
when we had Redbox and we still had DVD Netflix.
We still had Blockbuster.
We still had Blockbuster.
Yeah, that's true. We still had Blockbuster too.
Yeah.
We're still in the pre-internet blowing up age.
I still feel like 2 billion's a little on the low side.
2 billion's a lot, bro, for 2007. I mean, nowadays it's nothing, but back then, bro. That's some pretty penny right there.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd
Okay,
take $2
let's see what
billion for myself any day.
So adjusted for inflation,
Okay.
it is $3 billion now.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
100.
Is it?
Yeah, that's adjusted for inflation. I'm looking at the calculator for it right now.
Huh.
So now let's compare that to Mario Brothers movie. It cost roughly $100 million to make, and
Okay.
they've made $1 billion on it.
But don't animated movies
Wow.
tend to cost less anyways?
But think about that though. They're squabbling over paying the writers more money when they just made $900 million off of an animated movie, and it's still going.
True.
Yeah.
So they made
It's not even
900%
close to its
profit.
like expiration, you know, in the theaters. Not even close.
Yep. So we'll see what happens to those that are part of the CGN family that are in the Writers Guild. You know, our thoughts are with you because this is not an easy thing. You know, especially when 98% of the members of the Writers Guild said yes, strike.
I'm just going to put it out there is because I especially don't like to read. So I need writers to write me some shows. That's what I need. Please.
So while you're at it, make a TV show for Dr. Seuss's The Cat in the Hat for him.
Yes.
Already have.
Just don't have Michael Myers
Yeah,
as
see?
the
So Mike
remake,
Myers.
sir.
Oh my God.
remake. We got a remake. What's that? When they
Hey, that's the
remakes.
trend. Remake it all.
Gotta
All right.
remake everything.
Put John Travolta as the cat.
That could be interesting.
Exactly, because he was great in Hairspray. He could do.
Hold on.
Cat in
Are
the
we
Hat.
talking? I was going to say, are we talking Hairspray and Grease, John Travolta, or are we talking Pulp Fiction, John Travolta?
Hairspray, John Travolta.
All right. So let's talk some gaming because
I'm like, we're just gonna leave it at that.
we're just going to leave. We're not even going to go any further on that one because the Cat in the Hat is just, yeah.
Remake. Telling you, remake.
Right. Seems the only things
just
that are
remake
successful
the next
anymore
decade.
is
That's all. That's
remaking
why
things.
it's gonna go over 100 days, man. They're just gonna remake. Hey, you know what? Let's roll two
We
dice.
have a script.
Let's roll two dice. You know, one letter here, one letter there. Okay. Oh, we can remake that.
Nope. Sorry. You, hold on, Jason. I need you to roll for initiative.
No.
Sorry, you botched
I'm
your
on
roll.
strike, sir. I'm on strike.
Anyways, Midnight Suns for the Switch was canceled.
Okay.
You know, the
Why?
Xbox One and PS4 versions come out May 11th, but you know, honestly, we all know Midnight Suns did not do well anyways, so that's not surprising. They're not bringing it to the Switch.
What is that? Is that a Marvel game?
Yeah, that's that one that was done by the guys who did XCOM and by Firaxis, and they
so
kind
you're
of
telling
mixed
me
in
that
a
Marvel's
card
putting
battle.
out too much stuff?
No, I just think it just wasn't a good game.
Don't be
Like-
smart, eh?
Oh, come on, man. Like, what was the last one that we also had that got canceled? Was it Avengers?
Hey, here's one that should be. Here's a game that
No,
should
Avengers
probably
didn't
be
get
the later
canceled,
canceled.
though.
So Redfall came out, which we all know this is from
I
Arcane
forget-
Studios.
I forget what
This-
Redfall was.
So this is the one where you're in the town and you got to go
Have
hunt
to worry,
vampires.
bro.
It's
You know,
it's the one from Bethesda. So Metacritic wise, 59 on the critic side, a 1.6 on the user side. But
still early. It's still early.
You're
It's only been out a
hunting
day,
vampires,
sir.
or was this like huge PvP?
this is the one where you're hunting
Vampire one.
vampires,
Yeah.
where you're having
What
where
was
each
the
one has like
player
the
versus
different
player
powers.
vampire one?
Kinda. But you know, some gave it, you know, really high marks, but then you get down here and it's quickly going downhill.
Blood Hunt. Blood Hunt was the game I was
Um,
thinking of.
It is a game that I've seen, you know, Gamertag Radio, which we all know those guys are pro Xbox, you know, and support Xbox. They're even saying it wasn't great.
Which one?
For Redfall, like Gamertag Radio, they're saying it wasn't great. It
Oh my
was
God. Even their limited edition of the Xbox controller for Redfall looks awful.
does
I'm
it?
gonna show it to you right now.
Look at that.
It just looks so plain and dumb. And granted, I know our viewers can't see this right now, but this is
No, we'll just
my
show them right
God.
here. Look,
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just bring it up.
It looks so bad. It's so bad.
Come on. We're doing it on the fly. So there's one. That's the bite back version. Then there's that one.
No.
Mm-hmm. No, the limited
Yeah,
edition is just
Eh.
like where's the try here? There's no try.
Yeah.
Where's the try?
Hey, speaking,
Where's
hey,
the try?
Hold on. You know what? That's a perfect segue because where's the try?
Oh my God. No.
God. Just put it out to pasture. Just Jesus.
Xbox, where's the try? Where is the try?
Where's the
Star
try?
Wars Racer? Really? Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
You notice, hold on, Jason. Did you notice something? They're not even putting the prices or the gamer scores on here
yeah,
anymore.
because it's just done. Just like this is just stop. Just stop.
For our listeners that haven't realized yet, we are talking about games with gold right now.
Yeah,
my
games with gold.
God.
And
Just
compare
stop.
that
Just-
to PlayStation. PlayStation ain't great this month either.
Oh my God, PlayStation.
Grid Legends? What?
Yeah. Descenders and Chivalry 2.
Chivalry 2 is not
I mean,
awful, but that's more should be a PC game, not
Yeah.
PS5.
It's not, yes. It's more the RTS is
Yeah.
but just
Yeah,
them just
but-
like what is this? The throwaway month? Like what the hell? Like
Yes,
I
definitely
get
a
it.
throwaway
I get it.
month.
You can't have bangers every time. The
Yeah.
games with gold never has a banger, so I'm just saying, like, just stop. PlayStation, you can get a few months that are like, okay, like here's
I mean,
a little, but you have two racing games.
But I would say that like even though it's a throwaway month for PlayStation, they're still beating Xbox.
Yeah, but I
on
mean,
the free
it's still
games.
like you have two racing games. Like, why do you have two racing games in the same month? Like,
hey, sir, one is a mountain bike racing game.
just it's still racing, still racing. You're competing by traveling.
Dude,
That is
I
still
didn't even
racing.
I didn't even like the first grid. Like it wasn't great.
Doesn't matter. Still two racing games. That's no. Just stop it.
So let me ask you this with the try harder
PlayStation, you got
Xbox,
the
right?
finger from Jason.
No.
He's waving that finger.
No.
Waving it hard.
Skull and the dog in the corner. Let me put it this way.
I'm not picturing Jason as like a granny with gray hair and like freaking a handkerchief over her shoulders and everything's just hunched over. Just waving her finger.
Dude,
Thanks, bro.
I'm not.
You're welcome.
Thanks, bro.
It like fits you perfect right now.
All right. So let me ask this before we start looking at closing things out tonight. Is that with the UK's version of the FTC basically rejecting the merger for Activision and Xbox, and their major complaint was one, that they didn't think that the Switch was actually capable of running Call of Duty, which, dude, seriously, it's a Switch. It ain't gonna run on that.
No,
I mean, it will, but it's gonna be like PS2 graphics.
It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough.
If
But
you can
we've got the
play
Switch
Call
2
of
on the
Duty
horizon.
on a phone, you can play it on the Switch.
Just like if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
That's right.
But with them saying that it's over cloud, the cloud competition, which Xbox has already gone out and made a deal with a cloud streaming service over there to similar to what they've done everywhere, is with the Activision deal on life support right now, and their third-party studios cranking out nothing, or when it does, it's not great. Halo's on life support. How do we see Xbox? I mean, do we see them lasting into the next generation, or do we see them as being in trouble?
We see them going into the next generation easily.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. Like I said,
It's going to take
times,
a lot more for them to be worried about anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I said, many times.
You can I need to step away for just a second while you guys discuss.
I'm just saying
Play
He's
next.
he's being polite to our listeners because he has to fart really bad right now, and mute just ain't gonna do it because it's gonna reverberate through everything through the internet.
It's gonna be like one of those that you can just notice it right away. Like he's gonna be
the
like,
computer.
Oh, yeah, he's gonna be. Oh my god. No, but I mean, Xbox always has the shooters, always has the fast action. It's there's
very
no way you
action
can
oriented.
There's no way you can get out of like Xbox being fast oriented. Plus, they still have a better online like system, or like online coding.
But can we really equate that to being because it's Xbox or it's because it's Microsoft?
Because it's Microsoft. That's
exactly.
Like, yeah, but I mean, like Microsoft's not going to be like on a PlayStation. Like like
no.
Yeah,
until Microsoft decides to like monopolize it and be like,
right,
Sony, you're using our stuff. We're gonna be doing some things.
They are innovative because like they were the first ones to have a monthly subscription for playing games with other people. So it's
were they
with Xbox with Gold with Gold with
actually I didn't think Gold predated Plus.
I think it did. I'm pretty sure it did. But
I'm looking this up as we talk.
Yeah, look it up. But I mean, that's how it is. It's fast pace is always Xbox. The controller fits for it. The people will gravitate towards it. Now that there's starting to actually get some exclusives and some actual games that they can control, like they can call their own. They're finally able to branch off and figure that out.
So PlayStation Plus does predate Xbox Gold.
Really?
Xbox Live Gold. PlayStation Plus is June 2010. Xbox Live Gold is July 2013.
Really? Huh.
Yep.
I stand corrected. Well, I sit corrected. But yeah, and then Sony still has all the games that we love, the games that tell stories that are more based on the single player side.
Oh yeah, for sure. Or even not necessarily just the single player, but like the collaboration type of stuff is more on that favor. Because like, yeah, you have collaboration in fighting games or action, but I mean, you're just the same goal. You're not working
it's more
together.
Competitive. That competitive nature. The competitive nature is going to be always on Xbox side, like hands down.
And you guys suck. So that was like rude. You didn't think I was not going to take my earbud with me and listen in?
No, I knew you were listening.
No, yeah, we knew you were listening.
We just had to give a treat to our listeners. That's all.
You could not get your microphone, sir. Like,
No, and I could not respond, you assholes.
Exactly. Get them. But yeah, so they're going to stay around. They're not going to be. They're not. It's like Nintendo. Nintendo's always going to be there. It's not because they're a lifelong system. It's because it's a family system. Once they start leaning into what they're good at, that's when it's going to be better for all the gamers.
Okay, so how is just because they're good at online stability?
No, well, they're good at all the high pace, high action,
the high octane,
shooters, fighters.
Because you gotta admit, like all of their main titles are like high action, like Gears of War, Halo.
Yeah. Halo's on life support right now.
But I mean, still, it doesn't matter.
It's because they tried to bring it back when they shouldn't.
Still a fan base. As long as there's a fan base, it will support. I mean, I'm kind of sad that Hellblade is going to be on Xbox side, but they're coming out to PC, and I was like, okay, I can deal with playing it on PC.
I would almost see them positioning themselves where if they're going to stay around, they move to a subscription model and maybe bring cloud-based gaming to the Switch and partner up with Nintendo in that route.
I think their best choice right now would be to come up with another original exclusive franchise.
Yep.
They need a new one. An exclusive franchise, because they're limited on what franchises they have, whereas PlayStation has a far larger number of franchises that have huge followings. So that's what they need to do. They need to stop trying to do this, like, let's try to get as many players as possible by making our platform as big as possible. No, you need something to attract people to you first.
Yep.
Here's my thought is why not just stop with the acquisitions and invest that money into your first party studios?
Or into your writers. Into your writers.
No,
Right.
I mean, like, you want to acquire the big companies, man. I mean, it's like Monopoly, bro. You know?
But I mean, I'm in agreement with Matt, because like that would make me think like they're not interested in creating anymore. They're interested in buying the IPs than anything. Like where's the creativity? You're just gonna just like, okay, so we make technology and we're just gonna buy up everything to make people make stuff for us.
Well, I mean, it's the same with Sony and Nintendo. You know, we have games that have been going forever.
But they have originals though. They have exclusives.
I mean, like, how many more? I mean, like, yes, they have Legend of Zelda. They have Mario. Those two will forever be like lifelong legacies, right?
Sir, you're forgetting a game.
It's on his wall.
It's not just
or
Zelda.
Was on his wall.
I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
And it's not just Mario. How dare you diss Samus?
She has been forgotten.
Wow.
Whoa, those are fighting words. How much money has Remastered made for them?
Okay.
And she's shown that.
As well as being one of the,
she's like
the
cousin
few
that you only see
female main characters in a huge franchise.
She's like the cousin that you see a few times a year that you're just like, oh yeah, she's still alive. She's there. Like,
I think the beanie's cutting off blood to your brain, sir. You're
Right?
you're saying some messed up things for Jason.
But I'm just like, it's just recently that she's been coming back out again. But I mean, like, the hiatus after so long, you know?
Okay, if you want to talk hiatus, I will agree with you on hiatus, because
like she's not she's a main character. She's a supporting actress. There you go. She's a supporting actress.
What?
Yeah, because like she's there. She will be like, yo, here you go. But then she'll be gone for another 6 episodes.
Here's what I just pulled up an article on. Here's what the first party studios at.
I want any Me Too supporters to attack Jason in the comments for him saying Samus is a supporting actress.
She, sir, is a leading lady.
You're welcome, Jason. I love you though.
All right, so we've got 343. We know they're working on Halo and trying to bring that back to life. You've got Double Fine. They're working on a secret project.
Brutal Legend 2.
I mean, we don't know what they're still in. This is in June, right, of last year. There's like not a lot of news on what their studios are actually working on.
Brutal Legend
2. You know,
some remake.
In Exile is coming out with a combat. I don't know. They call it a CRPG style title. You've got Mahjong. You've got Ninja Theory is working on Hellblade, which who knows when that's coming out.
Yeah. Next year, supposedly.
You know, Obsidian's working on Outer Worlds 2. And they also have Grounded, which is slowly making its way towards actually not being beta. Playground Games is working on Forza 5 or Horizon 5. Rare still has Sea of Thieves, and they're working on Everwild, but there's no date for that. Coalition is they're working on Gears.
See, maybe? these are all solid games that once they
Initiative is working on Perfect Dark.
Once they do come out, it'll be worth like Xbox staying in the game. It's just the fact that they actually have to bring it out and stop working on Sea of Thieves. You know?
Yeah, Sea of Thieves needs to end.
That just cancel it. Like, cancel it, dude. Like, just it's been too long. It's been too long. Unless it pulls Final Fantasy VII remake numbers,
I mean, their studios are working on stuff. It's just, here's the thing: is it's like, when?
Exactly.
Like, when? Like at this
Mhm.
point, it's, you're sitting on the pot for so long. It's time to get off.
Yeah.
Start bringing out your games, because at this point, like Redfall, everybody's saying that game should have been delayed. It should not have been launched when it did this week. So it's stuff like that, right? You're having to make your fiscal numbers. You're Microsoft. Like, you print millions of dollars every day. You can afford a delay. Don't cyberpunk us.
Yeah.
Don't cyberpunk the good folks and fans of Xbox.
Exactly.
They deserve better.
I'm actually going to put out a suggestion real quick and see if you guys agree or disagree.
Okay.
But I feel like since we've lacked in originality for a lot of games, as well as mechanics have been overly complex to where that we're releasing broken games, I feel like we need another like short era of video game board games, changing board games into video games. I feel like that's something that we haven't had in a long time. And there's some really good original board games you could easily make the mechanics into video games.
Can I get Axis and Allies?
Sure.
It's already been made.
Sorry, I mean, the board game's out there. I mean, you haven't had like the last time it was on computer was like years and years ago. They used to play it all the time, but that'd be nice to have on the go, because you have Catan. Give us a real Ticket to Ride. What is it? There's that pandemic one. Then there's what's that winter zombie one that we were playing with?
Dead of Winter.
Dead of Winter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have that.
And even D&D Beyond is out there making their version of a virtual tabletop game of D&D, and that looks freaking awesome.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, why not? Like, it's easier mechanics. It's mechanics that have been worked out for the most part.
Yeah.
And it can get people together.
It's possible. I think that's actually a really good idea. That's a really good one.
And to that point too, is I think also is, it's been said multiple times that a lot of these AAA games are no longer sustainable from a cost perspective and development cycle. So, why not shorten it up? Why not give us some fun stuff? I mean, I think that's where I think Nintendo's got some of that formula down right, is that they've got the games that they release that are, shorter, fun games. And then they've got the games that are like more complex, like Tears of the Kingdom will be when it releases next week. Right. But, it's
because at least with like Nintendo, you've got those party-esque games or those game night games. So you got Mario Party, you got Mario Kart,
and you got Mario Brothers, you got Wii Sports.
Switch Sports. Yeah. I mean, you got things to actually play with people for, rather than necessarily competing against each other. Yes, Monopoly. Don't raise those eyebrows.
You know why. I have to raise these eyebrows.
Yeah, well. Yeah, and I think,
but so I put it out there. I think we should get some more board games converted into because and with those companies that are outputting great board games, a lot of them are missing out on attention because people are so focused on video games.
Yeah, because then you can also turn a lot of the legacy games into video games.
Hey, can we just, and my wife will love this suggestion, but can we just bring back Gauntlet Dark Legacy in some way, shape, or form? Since that's a party style.
Do you know how many like hundreds of quarters, like hundreds of dollars I've spent into that game at the arcade?
I will admit that I'm absolutely horrible at those controls for that game. I'm absolutely horrible at the one that you're like still pointing and directing and moving all around in third person. I'm horrible at those games.
All right. So, Jason, did you get anything else played this week?
Matt, I'm gonna start with you, Matt. Matt, you
no.
You never get to start off, bro.
I don't go first. I don't want to go first. Don't make me go first.
Okay, well,
but you have probably
you're the one.
List
hold on.
Of us.
You're the one wearing the beanie still, so
Okay.
Yeah, no, we need to allow Jason a chance to let his brain breathe from the tightness of this beanie. So we need some time spent hearing what you've been playing, Matt.
So I am taking a break from PlayStation. And I think part of it is just because I'm feeling disconnected with PlayStation as a whole right now.
Is that maybe because of the expansion or the DLC for Horizon
So
being
no,
so
not even that. I'm
lackluster?
talking about just as a whole, right? And like I did start the DLC for Horizon, and I wasn't enjoying even the beginning of it. I just it wasn't resonating with me like Frozen Wilds did. It just
Right.
it's like, here you go, you know.
I know what Matt's talking about.
And I think it's just overall how PlayStation is as a company right now under Jim Ryan, like with, you know, everything on how they're treating the Activision deal and throwing everything at the, you know, at the wall to make it not go through, you know, all the excuses in the book. You know, they're focusing on VR2, you know, and the fact that they're, if the rumors are true, you know, they're coming out with a new PlayStation model that the external hard drive is not going to, or the external disk drive is not going to be compatible with our, you know, our consoles.
I do miss the confidence from PlayStation. There's no confidence anymore, I feel.
And I think right now too is like they're more focused on remaking newer games instead of bringing us some other stuff, a la, you know, Last of Us Part 1, which they're talking about remaking Part 2. It's like, why are we remaking it? Just give us some newer stuff, right? And
if there's anything that I'd want to remake right now that I just because it popped in my head and it sounds really good to me, would be a remake of Prince of Persia.
Ubi tried doing that and the game was trash and they can't get it run right, so they had to rebuild it from scratch.
It wasn't that bad. I played it. I love the art style and it was still pretty good, comedic wise, but they need to remake it.
But no, I'm taking that break. I don't feel connected with PlayStation anymore right now. And I think part of it too is constantly getting,
Your season's on hold then?
And will be the show?
No, it's not. It is starting up on the Switch right now. No, it's on the Switch right now. Granted, graphically it's not as good.
Does it have cross-platform save or no?
It is cross-platform. So, but I just started it back up on the file that I had already loaded onto the Switch anyways when I was doing my testing between the two. Graphically, it's not even gonna be close to the PS5, but it's all right. It's a good substitute. You know, it'll let me play some. I'm, you know, doing Animal Crossing, but I think with PlayStation, I think another thing is like I'm constantly tired of seeing all the notifications on my phone, notifications by email that, hey, we're doing this sale, this game's coming out, blah blah. You know, it's like it's constant bombardment in your face, and it's just like, nah, I'm okay right now. So
I'm glad I don't have those turned on.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, be glad, because I just turned them all off, and it's so much nicer. But no, you know, Animal Crossing a little bit, MLB The Show.
You didn't start your island over, did you?
No, I did not.
Start it over.
Like, but I'm kind of redesigning. Like, it's not a major redesign, but I'm kind of doing.
But it's not it's not a start over, right? Not where no, demolish everything.
Just not demolishing everything. I'm just kind of repurposing some areas still. But I am starting up a Knights of the Old Republic run.
Oh, okay.
Maybe they would need to remake that on Microsoft.
I would. Well, remember, Spire's working on it for PlayStation. And it's been in development hell there.
I forget, you're holding off on picking up Survivor, right? Or no? Or you're not interested in
I wasn't planning on getting it anyways until like that was before the hiatus on PlayStation. And that was just because the Fallen Order didn't, like, it was okay. It wasn't like great and whatnot, but yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, I've been kind of just dabbling here and there with stuff. I'm going to start up Spiritfarer, which is a game I've been wanting to play for the last better part of a year and a half. So I'm going to finally pick that up and play it.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm just kind of just chill. I haven't had a ton of time to play. Just, you know, life. So, Oogie Boogie.
Oogie Boogie.
Well, you know, I've been playing
Red Dead Redemption, going fishing.
Get my other file of Red Dead and go fishing some more. No,
Yeah.
I am about to platinum Hellblade.
Oh,
It's
I forgot. Pokemon Sword. I've been playing that a lot.
nice, interesting.
Because the
Blame the
kiddos are
kids.
still,
Yeah,
I was gonna say the
kids. That
kiddos are
makes
still
sense.
into it,
I'm
right?
a huge Pokemon kicker right now. Anyways, go ahead, Jason.
But yeah, no, I'm about to platinum Hellblade. Very short game. Not even like I'm already almost halfway into the second playthrough, and just
Oh wow, that's quick.
yeah. Well,
Oh,
once you know
wow.
what, like the first run
Mhm.
is the important one. It was fun. It was going through. Now I'm just like blazing through it because I just missed a few things, and I was like, oh man, like I gotta play through the whole
Okay.
thing. But it's okay. Just finishing that off, just platinum that. Still debating which one I'm gonna go through next. Like I'm probably gonna go through Ghost, but I'm not sure yet because like Tears comes out next week. We have
Mm-hmm.
we have
Wealth.
Burning Shores that we need to play through. Rona's still she finished Resident Evil 4, but now we're just
Oh, nice.
like messing around on it, like those goddamn shooting galleries. Like I love doing those things. But yeah, so it's just our PlayStation 5 and 4 has been getting some work. I might even jump back on the Switch. I don't know. Like
There you
there's a few games I gotta
Um,
roll through.
Only a
Jerry
few.
did tell me, speaking of that, Jerry did get the Zelda OLED.
Oh, did he?
I don't doubt it. I don't
Yeah.
doubt it at all. Like,
But that makes him the first of us to get an OLED, right?
yeah, bro. Like,
Yeah.
get him
Okay.
that OLED, that Zelda OLED, dude.
It's beautiful.
Dude,
Beautiful.
it's beautiful, dude. I had to get it, man. I had to get it, bro.
His exact words were he found out that there was one available and he just had to jump on it.
See, I had to get
Impulse
it, bro.
buy. Impulse buy.
I just had to get it, man. Just had to get it.
See, it's
But Theo, like,
I find it a little funny is that whenever the amount of impulse buys that he does sometimes, it amazes me that he can hold himself back when we're at cons,
dude. Like,
Yeah.
and
Like,
he
here's
manages
my
to hold
thing
me
is,
back
like-
sometimes. Like, it's pretty impressive.
dude,
I
man,
have to
it's
say
it's
it.
like it's I gotta get it, man. Did you see what that was? Did you see that thing was, man? Did you see that Zelda OLED? Oh, dude, I had to get it, bro.
I officially know that beanie is
Yeah.
cutting off
Bro.
blood circulation because you're just like on repeat, bro.
See, like I was talking to Jerry about it real quick before we do what you were playing, Theo, and I'm like, it's a nice, when you see pictures of it in person, right? It is a gorgeous OLED. To me, the Splatoon one still looks better, but it is one of those things that if they come out with a Switch 2, right, that OLED would be what I trade in, because my Animal Crossing Switch, once I'm done with this and move on to the Switch 2, this is going on a shelf for display.
Right.
This
But
is
also
not
you'd
getting
get-
traded in.
But you'd also get a better trade in for the OLED anyways.
Yeah, but
most
even
likely.
then though, why go
Hopefully.
spend $360 on an OLED that in 6 months I could be trading in?
And probably only get $100 for.
150.
Yeah.
It's a
150.
It's a special edition.
Yeah, but whereas I'll just save the money.
Yeah.
My Switch gets played docked a lot of the time. So anyways,
Nice.
Theo, what you been playing?
Not too much. Been trying to get better conditioned for next tournament next week in Florida because it's World Team Trials. So I have to do really good in order to, because I actually mistakenly thought that I get to shoot both days, but no, it's a cut to 8 on the first day.
Oh,
wow.
And only the top 8 gets to do
Out of how many?
shooting on the second game. So right now, there's only 37 that participating in World Team Trials.
Yeah, but still, that's
probably because you have 2 of the top out of the top 5 in the world participating in world team trials. So it's like, why even go type of deal. So because there's only 3 spots. There's only 3 spots for a world team. So you're going from 37 to 8 to 3.
Yeah.
So I've been so I increased the draw weight from 46 to 50. So that way I can train up a little bit and then probably put it back down. Otherwise, I've been doing a little bit of Destiny, trying to catch up on the season. Guardian games just started today, so we'll see see if we can get that hunter class to win.
Alrighty. So with that, I want to thank everyone for crashing game night with us tonight. If you liked what you heard, please head on over to crashinggamenight.com. Subscribe on the platform you want to listen to or watch us on. And right now, there's a lot of craziness going on out there right now. A lot of stress for folks, both in the households trying to make just keep food on the table, but also too, as we've had more mass shootings here in the States that are completely unnecessary. So just guys, please take a chill pill right now. I mean, that's the best way to put it. Like down in Texas,
slow your roll.
Well, like down in Texas, right? There was a guy firing off an AR-15 at night. The dad went over and said, "Hey, can you stop doing that? We're all trying to sleep." And the guy went over and murdered the entire family of 5.
Yeah.
So
noise complaint.
What I say, yeah, for a noise complaint. So that's why I say take a chill pill. But I mean, everybody be excellent to each other.
That's right, my nerds. Be excellent to each other. Be safe out there, because Jerry's been taking my line. So just be kind to each other. Like
be kind. Rewind.
We need to just buckle up and just share some love. Share some love. As always,
little TLC,
little love out there. Obviously support all of our peoples. Shout outs to all of you guys. Is Asian American Awareness Asian American Month. Go my people. No. But be Black Lives Matter, LGBTQ+.
Was that Jerry saying "go my people" or Jason saying "go my people"?
I haven't taken out this video. I'm never taking out this video. Like
so Theo, why don't you cue up that head. Theo, just cue up that sound clip so we can.
No, not yet. My man. Yeah, no, Thank you guys. Thank you. I take out my beanie.
Oh my God, Jason's on the show. Have you been on here this entire time?
All right, give Theo his proper setup.
Guys.
I'm glad you could join us, Jason. We missed you.
Oh, dude, it was. Oh, dude, I don't know how Jerry does it the whole time. Like,
right?
It's just insanity. But it is Asian Awareness Month. Show some love for them. We will.
I love you, Jason.
We won't see you till next week. So May the 4th be with y'all.
Yep. Next week we'll be talking some Zelda before prepping for launch.
It is right around the corner. But as always, be safe out there. And as always, my man, Iwalski sends us out like you do.
Yep.
Well, thank you all for watching. Thanks for listening. Till next time, TTFN. Ta-ta for now.
Good night, everybody.